What is up, everybody? It's your boy Receiver here today. Apparently, after the fallout of the CMA's decision to pretty much approve the Microsoft Activision Blizzard merger, they have no issues with it. Sony fanboys are not having a good day, a good weekend, a good few days weekend, whatever. They're not in good spirits right now from this news. I don't know why. The simple solution is buy an Xbox or a PC. It's really not that difficult, but they are really not having a good time about this announcement for whatever reason. And you probably don't even got to buy an Xbox at the end of the day. If you really want to play Call of Duty, you get its price still most likely gonna remain on PlayStation anyway. But you know these guys are acting like it's the end of the world apparently now. So much so that they found a fanboy who wrote an entire what do you want to call this, a whole thesis paper, like a whole essay. Look how long this is. This is just a block of text, one big rectangular block of text at this point. Who is even gonna read all this nonsense? But ain't no way any of these companies are gonna have me doing this. People want to say I'm a fanboy. Nah, I'm not doing any of this nonsense. It's I prefer Xbox, but I'm not doing any of this nonsense for any type of decision Xbox makes, or whatever type of decision Sony makes that affects Xbox. I'm not doing any of this right here. You will not see this. And what you're going to see me do is make a video. That's it. I'm not going to put effort. I think making a video is less effort than typing all this out right here. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. Who does he expect to read all this? This whole essay of butthurtness and saltiness. Who's gonna read this nonsense? Bruh, PlayStation ain't paying you anything to do all this. Why are you doing this? Why? You aren't getting paid for any of this. Oh man, and he says this is all folks at the very end. Somebody read that to begin with. Your whole pretty much is published is just this right here. That's all, folks. That's all I'm reading of this because this is just way too much to read. Who is reading all this? And I remember seeing a meme on social media once of something like this, but it was somebody looking at their phone, typing this out. But it's that's a meme, but this is actual reality. When the actual meme meets reality at this point, because what the hell is this? Who would write all this out? It's just what is wrong with this guy? It ain't that serious. Whatever. But they are taking this very seriously. This deal going through. They are deeply affected by this apparently. When they're not really affected. All you gonna do is buy an Xbox at most. Is the worst of this in their situation. But I guess that's just too much for them to buy an Xbox or a PC. It's just real weird. Well, this guy says, "What the f? LOL, dude is breaking down hard." Yeah, it's you're writing whole Dear John letters about this situation. Then it's what are we doing here? It's not that serious. It really ain't, but it's slowly breaking down over time. They're down real bad. I would definitely say that. Definitely down bad at this point. They're at the Earth's crust at this point, how down bad they are. This insurmountable levels of bad at this point. Jeez. Looks like a CVS receipt. Him writing all that. Oh, man. They're throwing shots at Chris Judd for that long acceptance speech at the Game Awards. That was definitely a long speech. But I think, yeah, that was crazy. That speech was long. That was definitely a wild time right there. But the new Star Wars films looks like Trump. Wow, that is hilarious. They made his little long ass essay into the thing, the whole font and how Star Wars do their movies. That is pretty hilarious. Oh man. Sometimes this needs to be shared with him. Okay. BetterHelp online therapy. Yeah. If you're writing long ass essays, you probably need some therapy. So that's probably a good recommendation right there. Bruh. I ain't reading all that. I'm happy for you though, or sorry that happened. So I guess that works out either way. Whichever one is better for the situation. Okay. Yeah. It isn't poorly written, but is entirely opinion and rife with oversimplifications. I've certainly seen worse takes. Yeah, nothing got worse than that. Who was writing that big of a statement, that long of an essay for this situation right here? That's kind of insane. This is beyond Red Dragon levels here. Wow, this guy is really hurt. Okay. Imagine paying $8 a month to have the possibility to write Bibles that nobody's going to read. Yeah, like I wonder how many percentage of the people who actually saw the post actually read it. Less than 5%. Like, who's gonna read all that? Unless you just got like really nothing to do at this point. Who is gonna read all that? I thought Sony had the best developers in the industry, though. Surely for developers of that caliber, it should be easy, no? Yeah. I was told that too, that Sony had the best developers in the industry. But, without Call of Duty, apparently they just got to write these long ass letters of saltiness because they no longer have that game on that platform. It's not a good look. Nah, bro, I'm not reading all of that. He muted me after I called him out for crying. Regulators, after reading all that, nobody gives a F. Didn't know he started writing essays. Yeah. This guy took seriously Cry Me a River. Holy crap. The lunacy of text-based therapy. Yeah. This is just crazy. Like, this is even worse. It's just wild. Somebody can write that much over the situation. Like, who cares? Do these people have jobs to do? I don't know. I don't know what these people do to put this much dedication to this whole situation right here. Like, who cares that much at the end of the day? Like, it's great for gamers that we get to have more games. We got Game Pass. But at the end of the day, like, who truly cares about this? Like, why are you so invested in this anyway? Like, I don't know. That you're writing whole essays, walls of text out there. Jeez, I'm not reading all of that. Wow, that is some next level salt. I'm sorry, were you still talking? Dude actually paid $8 to tweet that. Yeah, he made well to make sure his point was known. Which I'm pretty sure like nobody read that once again. I don't see who's reading that, but okay. How do you even make a screenshot that long? I don't even know how you do that. Like, I don't know. I don't even know how you even do that. Dude, we got paragraphs now. Yeah, they just roasted this guy, rightfully so. It's like, if you're writing this much, you deserve to be roasted. Like, who is it doing? Like, it's just weird. It's just really weird. Cope levels are over 9,000. Pretty much. You do realize he has a point. Bruh, I don't care what point he does have. Who is reading that? That line of, like... I think he needs a hard restart. He is too invested. Just reboot. I don't know. Or take a break from gaming and social media. Take a break from social media at this point. Like, I think that's what a lot of these guys just need to do. You find yourself doing some stuff like that, write an entire essay. Like, when people write essays in my comment section, I just ignore them. I'm not reading all that. Like, you took all that time to write that. I'm not reading that. It's way too long. Cope Extra Strength Tablets is available. Fast relief for butt hurtness and feeling of low IQ. So you definitely need to take some of this right here. Took one look and went too long, didn't read, bro. That is some mental health issues right there. How can a grown man care this much to go through this effort? Yeah. Yeah, once you get to the point of adulting and you got to pay bills and other responsibilities, like, you shouldn't be this invested into this, like, to be honest. Like, if we were being, like, completely realistic here, you shouldn't be this invested unless you actually work for these companies. You got something to lose or gain from this. But, these zealots are really, they really got something to lose about this, that you got to write entire essays about this nonsense. I understand if you're at least getting paid for this. Like, you got to pay to make an article, then sure, that makes sense. But he isn't getting paid for any of this nonsense. Like, it's just doing completely free. This guy's in full damage control. Glorious, and they claim they aren't a cult or shills. Yeah. Definitely some suspect behavior if you aren't in a cult or definitely a shill. So I agree with this post right here. Bro, these ponies out here writing books. Is this real? Yeah, it's real. Holy crap, why do fully grown adults care this much about this Activision Blizzard deal? This is ridiculous. If you feel this way about something that in reality won't affect you at all, you need to seek help. All tears, I bet, yeah. To summarize, I didn't read them, but I can tell this whole thing is pretty much about being butthurt. Because if you're not butthurt, how would you write all this out? Or salty. Like, it definitely looks like the Star Wars font, Star Wars text right here in this long thing right here. What in the CVS receipt is going on here? Summarize it, yeah. This is a good summary because you can summarize all this why this dude is just crying at the end of the day. And I think that's a good point to conclude that because no way, shape, or form, no type of gaming news, Microsoft, Nintendo, or PlayStation should have you typing this long of a text out. I literally gotta scroll down, and it's already at a small font to begin with. I gotta scroll down to show you everything that you wrote. That's just insane. No, none of these companies should have you doing all this. But here you go. And I remember that one journalist from, I forgot, it was Polygon or Kotaku, one of these gaming journalists that said Xbox has the most embarrassing fan base. Where are you at for this one? Where are you at for this one? Where are you at for this one, guy? When somebody's writing a complete essays, paragraphs, thesis papers on this deal that in reality doesn't really affect them to begin with. So I would say this is pretty embarrassing right here. Levels of embarrassing right here. But once again, those guys who criticize Xbox are nowhere to be found. Sony guys are out here doing this. But once again, I'm going to conclude it right here. Definitely want to see your thoughts down below. Leave a like this video. And as always, thanks for watching, and peace.